excited about the event today. We've got a couple things that are going to happen that are a little bit different. Today we're going to have we had senior parents request that our saxophone quartet come and play as a kind of a prelude to graduation. It's a good mix. We have senior David Ramirez, junior Juan Ortiz, sophomore Tyler Schultz, and freshman Megan Wood. So I would ask that you would give them your attention. They received a 1 rating at our state music festival, and we're very proud of them, as we all are. Students here at Macksville, and they graciously agreed to play for us. So I'm going to turn it over to them. Also, everything was set up very nicely by Mr. Ford faithful in what they do, and our school looks as nice as it does all the time because of what they do every day for us. And of course, thank you seniors. It gives us an opportunity to come, gather with friends and family, and celebrate this time with you, which is one of the many great accomplishments you'll have in your life. And this is just another page in your story we call life. And as we turn this page, we're here at graduation to celebrate that with you. The seniors do a couple things every year. One of them is they pick people to speak, and we're going to have those come this morning. But just a couple things in order. In this new technology age, we'd ask if you have your cell phone that you turn that off, please. And that each parent and family that's here is there to hear their graduate's name. So we would ask that you would limit your celebration till the end, so that each family and person that's here to hear the names of their students, they'd be able to do that. And without further ado, our salutatorian today is Justin Bright, and he's going to be our first speaker. So, Justin, you come and speak for us. Justin Bright.
Congratulations, graduates. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're on your way. A quote that Dr. Seuss once said, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go." On your life's journey, you as a person will put on different shoes along the way. One type of shoe you'll be putting on is the old ordinary house shoe, which would represent times that are going smooth and during comforting times. We all know how house shoes are alike, warm and fuzzy. These are the times that we enjoy during life. Dress shoes are the next shoe that would be used. These shoes are for special occasions such as church, dates, marriage, graduations, and family gatherings. These shoes are the most important because in the long run, your family and friends will be the people that will stick with you through the thick and thin. The next shoe you'll put on is a work boot. The work boot represents the job that you will have in the future to make a living. The work boot will be an important shoe. A job is a necessity in having a successful life. People need breaks from their jobs, so the next shoe is a flip-flop. Flip-flop represents vacation times and relaxation. You are supposed to enjoy these times and make the most of it. Tennis shoes are another shoe that you can put on during life's journey. Tennis shoes are used in life to build endurance. The process of building endurance isn't fun, so when it seems tough, just remember your own personal goal and continue to prepare for it. The last shoe is needed to wear along life's journey are cleats. During tough times, the cleats help you dig into the ground to help a player on the football field. So these cleats will help you as a person to get through rough, bumpy roads that life brings along to you. An accessory that helps shoes last longer and look good is the shoe polish. Shoe polish can represent the education that you'll be pursuing. Your education will always have it. You will always have, and it will help you to get a job in the future. Shopping for shoes is another thing compared to life. There are so many shoes to pick from, a variety of colors, a variety of shapes and sizes, and you hope you make the right choice when picking out your next pair. The same thing happens when making the right choices in life. Will you be able to make the right choice to benefit yourself and others in the future? So, be your name: Zach Austin, Javier Vila, Brandon Bradshaw, Diana Burns, Samantha Coletti, Pablo Delgadillo, Sergio Espino, Brian Herman, Anna Holquin, Katie Holzinger, Sarah Tilburn, David Ramirez, Ruby Reese, Woody Reynolds, Chelsea Roach, Portland Robinson, Nathan Smith, Shelby Smith, George Susoff, Brandon Simack, Saucy Simack, Corinne Troyer, David Van Sandler, and Darren Whitman. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so go conquer it.
I have kids, so I'm used to this. Justin did a great job. If you know Justin, he's a man of few words, so if you don't hear him talking for a week or two, he's used them all up. Always house cleaning. So, our next graduate is our senior class president and our valedictorian, and it's Jared Lund. Come on, Jared.
Wow. 12 years. 12 years, whether we realized it or not, working for one common purpose, graduation. That is why we are all here today. I'd like to thank everyone for coming to take part in this event with us. Our class appreciates that everyone is here to help us celebrate our graduation. Our graduation from high school. Man, I'm sure many of my classmates, possibly their parents as well, thought this day would never come. But now it's here, and for me, this is what graduation will always remind me of. G, great times. We, as a class, have experienced numerous exhilarating events throughout our school. Starting way back in grade school, I can remember the endless games of knockout at recess when the line of participants appeared all over the playground. That competitiveness led up to the state football championship this year. But we haven't only had great times in sports. For one, I just have to think back to our senior prom, which I know I will remember forever as our last coming together as a class. While many of these times, great times have occurred, certain times things weren't so great. This leads me to our rough times. I'm sure the girls in our class can remember this better than me, but I do recall the girls' endless fighting back in grade school. Each day it seemed like a new argument, but issues always got resolved in the end. Another rough time was when a close classmate moved away, which has occurred quite often for our class. Just recently, a tornado last year led to a classmate's house being lost. Those storms also led to our scramble for prom as we changed sites and decoration ideas. I know some tempers flared, but everything came together with our class putting in a lot of hard work. But enough about bad times. Let's get to something special about our class. Amount. Amount as in amount of students. This class is one of the biggest to graduate from Macksville in a long time. 34 students. It's been many, many years since that many students have walked across this stage with us. I'm proud to say I am part of this huge class. Alright, that brings me to D. Determination. For all of us to be sitting here today, it took plenty of determination along the way. Each year seemed like a grind, especially that third 9 weeks. It seemed to drag on and on, but you knew you had to buckle down to get things done. Whether it was a lengthy book journal or a never-ending math assignment, the determination kept our class motivated to complete things on time. You, under no circumstances, as in under no circumstances do you move anything on Coach Grizel's desk. Or under no circumstances do you have negative vibes in Mr. Dixon's class, or use you in a pitch essay for Mrs. Johnson. But especially, under no circumstances, do you flip over Coach Cuckman's paracat on his desk. I'm sure you can ask Justin because he would know. But even though each teacher has certain no-nos, we know that without all their hard work and time that they put in, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you, teachers. This next day ties back to my last thing too. Additions. While our class started off awfully large, we didn't start off with 34 students. We've counted the loss of classmates with these additions over the years. Since kindergarten, we've added Javier, Samantha, Anna, Dan, Danny, Jessica, Valerie, Sarah, David Ramirez, Ruby, Woody, Chelsea, Cortland, George, Corinne, David Vincent Haler, and Phil. Each one brought a special characteristic to the class. T, triumphant. Our class has been triumphant constantly throughout high school. We had the state basketball championship and runner-up in track our sophomore year, and the football championship this year. There was a sub-state runner-up in volleyball last year, as well as numerous regional championships in all sports. We have lots of won ratings at forensics and band contests, and we have victories in quiz bowls, even if it's most often at our home meet. All these accomplishments show our class's ability to be triumphant. I, ingenious ways to make people smile. If you need a joke to listen to, just ask Ryan or Zach. They will tell you one that they've heard recently. Or if you want to see someone with lots of energy for life, just watch George Susoff stroll down the hallway. Just glancing at anyone's distinctive smile will give you a smile of your own. I know I've smiled quite often through these high school years. O, overzealous dodgeball players. Or Alcatraz players, but it doesn't really matter the name as long as we know what the point of the game is. I tell you what, if you want to see a group of kids get into a frenzy over a simple, barbaric game, come watch our class get ready to play dodgeball. I'm sure you can ask the teachers who peek through the gym doors, trying to avoid getting plastered by a throw what they think. They will tell you how much intensity is in that gym. This leads me to the last letter, N, new adventures. We have all had our fun adventures throughout grade school, junior high, and high school, but now it is time for new ones. The graduation is finally here, and now it's time to start a new chapter of our lives. I would just like to wish all of my classmates good luck in these adventures that they pursue, no matter what they might be. I know we will all succeed. To recap, this brings me to G, great times, R, rough times, A, amount, D, determination, U, under no circumstances, A, additions, T, triumphant, I, ingenious ways to make people smile, O, overzealous dodgeball players, and N, new adventures. Now if we rearrange these letters a little bit, we can come up with a simple statement that all of our class probably feels today. Ah, got her done.
Well, graduation is marked by this ceremony, and one of the privileges that I have is to tell Mr. Dutton, members of the USD 351 Board of Education, I certify that these students have met the requirements of the state of Kansas and Unified School District 351. I present these seniors to you. Graduates, I congratulate you.
Zachary Orion Austin. Javier the Village. Justin A. Bryant. Diana L. Byrne. Samantha Ann Colatti. Pablo Delgadillo. Sergio R. Espino. Brian Herman. Anna Lee Copeland. Sandra Melissa Copeland. Katrina Holtzinger. Keith P. Lamb. Louis Daniel Linares. Jessica Linares. Jared Edward Loomis. Valerie Medina. Tyrell Chance Miller. Misty Lee Merle. Nicole Ann Betty. Sarah Natasha Marie Gilbert. David Ramirez. Ruby
great times. We, as a class, have experienced numerous exhilarating events throughout our school. Starting way back in grade school, I can remember the endless games of knockout at recess when the line of participants appeared all over the playground. That competitiveness led up to the state football championship this year. But we haven't only had great times in sports. For one, I just have to think back to our senior prom, which I know I will remember forever as our last coming together as a class. While many of these times, great times have occurred, certain times things weren't so great. This leads me to our rough times. I'm sure the girls in our class can remember this better than me, but I do recall the girls' endless fighting back in grade school. Each day it seemed like a new argument, but issues always got resolved in the end. Another rough time was when a close classmate moved away, which has occurred quite often for our class. Just recently, a tornado last year led to a classmate's house being lost. Those storms also led to our scramble for prom as we changed sites and decoration ideas. I know some tempers flared, but everything came together with our class putting in a lot of hard work. But enough about bad times. Let's get to something special about our class. Amount. Amount as in amount of students. This class is one of the biggest to graduate from Macksville in a long time. 34 students. It's been many, many years since that many students have walked across the stage with us. I'm proud to say I am part of this huge class. Alright, that brings me to D. Determination. For all of us to be sitting here today, it took plenty of determination along the way. Each year seemed like a grind, especially that third 9 weeks. It seemed to drag on and on, but you knew you had to buckle down to get things done. Whether it was a lengthy book journal or a never-ending math assignment, the determination kept our class motivated to complete things on time. You, under no circumstances, as in under no circumstances do you move anything on Coach Grizel's desk. Or under no circumstances do you have negative vibes in Mr. Dixon's class, or use you in a pitch essay for Mrs. Johnson. But especially, under no circumstances, do you flip over Coach Cuckman's paracat on his desk. I'm sure you can ask Justin because he would know. But even though each teacher has certain no-nos, we know that without all their hard work and time that they put in, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you, teachers. This next day ties back to my last day, too. Additions. While our class started off awfully large, we didn't start off with 34 students. We've countered the loss of classmates with these additions over the years. Since kindergarten, we've added Javier, Samantha, Anna, Danny, Jessica, Valerie, Sarah, David Ramirez, Ruby, Woody, Chelsea, Cortland, George, Corinne, David Vincent-Haler, and Phil. Each one brought a special characteristic to the class. T, triumphant. Our class has been triumphant constantly throughout high school. We had the state basketball championship and runner-up in track our sophomore year, and the football championship this year. There was a sub-state runner-up in volleyball last year, as well as numerous regional championships in all sports. We have lots of 1 ratings at forensics and band contests, and we have victories in quiz bowls, even if it's most often at our home game. All these accomplishments show our class's ability to be triumphant. Ingenious ways to make people smile. If you need a joke to listen to, just ask Ryan or Zach. They will tell you one that they've heard recently. Or if you want to see someone with lots of energy for life, just watch George Susoff stroll down the hallway. Just glancing at anyone's distinctive smile will give you a smile of your own. I know I've smiled quite often through these high school years. Overzealous dodgeball players. Or Alcatraz players, but it doesn't really matter the name as long as we know what the point of the game is. I tell you what, if you want to see a group of kids get into a frenzy over a simple, barbaric game, come watch our class get ready to play dodgeball. I'm sure you can ask the teachers who peek through the gym doors, trying to avoid getting plastered by a throw what they think. They will tell you how much intensity is in that gym. This leads me to the last letter, N, new adventures. We have all had our fun adventures throughout grade school, junior high, and high school, but now it is time for new ones. The graduation is finally here, and now it's time to start a new chapter of our lives. I would just like to wish all of my classmates good luck in these adventures that they pursue, no matter what they might be. I know we will all succeed. To recap, this brings me to G, great times, determination, U, under no circumstances, A, additions, T, triumphant, I, ingenious ways to make people smile, O, overzealous dodgeball players, and N, weird adventures. Now if we rearrange these letters a little bit, we can come up with a simple statement that all of our class probably feels today. Ah, got her done.
Well, graduation is marked by this ceremony, and one of the privileges that I have is to tell Mr. Dutton, members of the USD 351 Board of Education, I certify that these students have met the requirements of the state of Kansas and Unified School District 351. I present these seniors to you. Graduates, I congratulate you.
Zachary Orion Austin. Javier Village. Miranda Nicole Bradshaw. Justin A. Bryant. Diana L. Byrne. Samantha Ann Colletti. Pablo Delgadillo. Sergio R. Espino. Brian Herman. Anna Lee Oakwood. Sandra Melissa Oakwood. Katrina Holtzinger. Keith P. Lamb. Louis Daniel Linares. Jessica Linares. Jared Medina. Tyrell Chance Miller. Misty Lee Merle. Nicole Ann Betty. Sarah Natasha Marie Milburn. David Ramirez. Ruby Ann Reese. William T. Reynolds. Chelsea Renee Roach. Cortland Alyssa Brooke Robinson. Nathan Julian Smith. Shelby